Hello and welcome to Boardgame Basecoats, and today we are unboxing Eldorado, the Golden Temple. So this is a standalone expansion to the original Eldorado, and as you can see here, we've got both English and German in the box. So let me just share with you though something that really annoyed me, because I did buy this at the same time I bought the original Eldorado. But as soon as I got this, I looked at it and like, hey, wait a second. Yeah, this is the fully German version. Check it out. Guys, this is the English version I bought. What is going on? So, annoyance. So yeah. Now here's something weird. Now if you look at that price, this thing is almost $60. No, I did not pay that. I paid about $40 for this. I've noticed this sometimes on Amazon where the price for something will drop. I'll buy it and boom, the price jumps. So I don't know if there's like an algorithm thing or what's going on, but anyway, I got it for cheaper, so yay me. Let's go ahead and open it up. First off, we got some rules. Here are the German rules. Goodbye to those. Don't need those. And yay! The English rules. Happiness. Now, I've never actually played this version of Eldorado. I've played the original. The difference here is there are temples and crystals you're supposed to get. And you can see there on that left page, right there on the purple, those cards are the powers. And this is essentially a languageless game, guys. So German setup sheet goes away. Here's the English one. It's very clear. On the back here, it shows a couple layouts you could do. But honestly, I've never played really any of the official layouts on the original. We always just kind of randomly, tossed tiles down, and it was fine. Maybe we're missing something. Anyway, let's get to our Punchboards, and if you've watched my unboxings, you know I love Punchboards. And ooh, look, English! So it's English on one side and German on the other. Now, the original Eldorado I played was a friend's, and he had the English version. But weirdly, there were German punchboards inside. The player boards were German inside. So I think that's actually something that happened to a couple copies. But I am glad that this one does have the English. Honestly, the game plays so simply, it's not really necessary, but it is cool to have. So yeah. So let's get let me just marvel again at the fact that this is English. Because right now there's a debate going on in my mind. I'll share this with you in just a little bit. Anyway, let's get back to punching. First player token, a nice fedora there. Here we have a terrain tile. Now these terrain tiles are double-sided. Here are guardian tokens. And honestly, yeah, and those were not in the original. They had mines or something. And there's the market tile. Now, I actually kind of like it when they have these market tile type placeholders almost. In games, because sometimes there'll be a market or something and you just kind of lay the cards there on the side. With this tile, it feels like, oh, there is a place, and then you're not buying like a huge playmat or something, because buying playmats does kind of bother me for a lot of games. Anyway, here's the starting tile. I don't have to punch it out, and that kind of annoys me because I am in punch out mode. Anyway, as you can see, the sizes are different. I do appreciate it's very simple. Now the original starting board, I think, was rounded on one side. This one is not, so I think that's good, because it gives you more options to play off of, I think. Here are the temple tiles, so this is the big difference in this game, of course. And these are the coins, okay? Now you're going to use the coins to buy cards in the market, because you have a set of starting cards, and then you'll buy other cards. Now essentially, this is a racing game. All the cards basically will get you through the different land masses and those symbols. Now these are what are called the blockades. In my mind, it always strikes me as kind of like the border patrol. You got to bribe them to get through. Yeah. And yeah, the last board here was pre-punched. Robbed of that experience of punching out that tile. No. But as you can see here, the symbology is very clear. And let me just take a moment to say, for the longest time I didn't play Euro games because they just weren't attractive to me. Now this one was one of the first I saw that was like, okay, this is actually kind of bridging the gap, because it's actually got some art on there. So this one, it took me this long to buy it though, just because, you know, since then, there have been plenty of great Euro games that I've gotten that actually do have some pretty good art. And as you can see here, I kind of slowed down that punching just to enjoy the last little bit. Now, the game does come with some baggies. Now, it's always cool. Now, one of the things I've noticed about games here in Japan specifically is I think they've been on the shelf a while, because, man, those baggies are bent and beat up, and ooh, I can just imagine how long these have been on the shelf. Anyway, here are the player tokens. I've talked about this before. What I'll eventually do is create like starter baggies, so I can just toss them to each player, and we are good to go. Here are the gems. Now, I do appreciate this. Now, these are gems I've never seen before. Now, what I mean by that is, you know, sometimes you open up a board game and it has components, but it has like components that you'd see like at a DIY store. I'm specifically talking about like crystals and stuff. Like Century Golem Edition, I recently bought my own copy, and has those nice crystals. I do like them, but I've seen those crystals before. Like, you can literally buy the same crystals at, like, you know, the local store. Anyway, here are the cards. Now here, as you can see, I'm going straight for my knife and just popping it open. Yeah, good stuff. As I'm opening this, I realize that, hey, wait a second, there's a pull tab right here. There's a pull tab. Well, let me just try out the pull tab. Yeah. And because that's kind of a pet peeve of mine when they don't have it. So yeah, okay, cool. I did enjoy the pull tab action. Great. Now here are the cards. And we've got 2 packs of them. And as you can see here, that's German. All right. So now there are basically 2 types of cards. So there's starter cards, and then the market cards. So the market cards, as you can see here, have coins at the bottom, the middle there. So 7, 7, 5 right there, 5 coins to buy this one. But all of them functionally are about the same. So at the top you can see a bunch of numbers, and then they're kind of color-coded as well. And there's even a symbol associated with each color, which helps out. Now there are these special cards like this. Now it has some language there at the bottom, but that language is just stating what the languageless portion at the top is talking about. So honestly, even if the card is in German there at the bottom, it doesn't matter, because there aren't that many powers in the game. So it's really kind of obvious. You know, sometimes in a Euro game there'll be like 10 million icons, and you're like, what the heck is this supposed to be? And you're sitting there with a rule book and like, oh. But honestly, this game is not like that at all. So essentially, each of those numbers will do one of 2 things for you. In this case, the Traveler there will give you a gold. The yellow ones here, this one will give you 2 gold. But the non-yellow ones will give you movement. Now you can also move with the gold. It's fine. But the non-yellow ones, so here the Student, 1 fire, and you can see the comparison between the German and the English. 1 movement through like a fiery tile with that little torch. And here, 2 movement through a tile. Now, one of the interesting things about the game is, let's say there's a tile that has a 2 on it, and you have a card that you have 2 1s. You can't use the 2 1s, even though they add up. You can see here, I'm like, oh, well, not going to be tricked this time. I'm going to pull that pull tab, and yeah, it doesn't work on the second one. Dude, bait and switch. I think that's like the theme I'm finding with this El Dorado experience, the bait and switch. Anyway, as I was saying, so as you're navigating the map, that's one of the interesting things about it, is bottlenecking. So let's say, so here you have these 3s. There might be a tile that literally says 3. You can't add up to pass through a 3. You have to play a 3 card to get through that 3. And so you're kind of forced to use the market. It's not like, well, I'm just going to run with my basic tiles. I mean, you could, but I've never seen anyone win that way. So I do appreciate it when the game kind of says, yeah, you gotta use all the pieces of the game to get through it. So very cool. Now there are a couple strategies to get through it. And one of the reasons I got both of these games at the same time was because I do intend to mix them and see what happens. Not just to get more components, but just to add in some extra little mechanics. I do know that there was a real expansion, to El Dorado, the Hexes one, but man, is that pricey. Oh, here we go. Insert. Yeah, pretty. Bye. It's gone. But that Hex's expansion, wow, is it pricey? I may bend and get it anyway, because I think it does add quite a few mechanics, actually. But yeah, I figured this was the cheaper option. It is a standalone game, so that is kind of cool all by itself. Will I actually play this? So in the original game, you're just running to one goal. But in this one, it's like, well, I'm going to run here, and then I'm going to run there, and then I'm going to run there. I don't know. We'll see how I feel about that. But anyway, I'm feeling good about this one. I am glad that I have it. Once again, I will be separating out these components so that the players will each have their own starting packets. Once again, right now on Amazon, it's close to 60 bucks. No, I paid about 40 for mine. Very cool. And just because, yeah, I did buy the original at the same time for about 40 bucks as well. Honestly, guys, wow. I chatted with Amazon, and they're all like, yeah, of course, we'll give you a credit, but you're paying shipping. Like, what? I'm paying shipping? Are you kidding me? Wow. Amazon in Japan sucks. And this isn't the first time something like that's happened where I've had to pay shipping, and it just blows my mind. You thieves! You baited and switched! This is the theme of El Dorado. Anyway, good game. I am glad I've got the Golden Temples. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Bye. No! Bye! Revenge! Hate! Anger! Okay, I'm good now. Bye.